How about that intro, right? I'd like to say that I made it, but I didn't. I had to pay for it. But I made the logos, if that accounts for anything. Right, okay, what am I doing? Fallout! Welcome to another Let's Build segment. In this video, I will be doing a Let's Build with mods on the Xbox One, for those of you who can't read the title of this video. So I'm going to go over my view on mods and how they will affect my building if I continue to use them, and I'm also going to show you some structures you can build with them that are really cool, but I will probably not use, and I'll explain why. So for those of you who do not give a shit about what I have to say, click the button on your left to skip to the build portion of this video. And for those of you who do not want to hear a word from me, click on the button to your right, which will take you to the tour at the end. But you're gonna miss a lot of cool stuff. No offense taken, I totally understand and would probably do the same thing. So let's get right to it. A few people have been asking me about mods and if I'm going to use them, and I see a lot of people talking about them just because they are available for console now. For the Xbox One, at least. I don't think they're available for PS4. Anyway, when it comes to building, I have one rule that I follow, and that is, does it look believable? Like if I'm walking around the Commonwealth and I happen upon my settlement, does it look like something that could have already been there? And I keep the same idea when it comes to mods. With this system, we have a lot of limitations. Like we don't have every possible material available to us, and we can't place anything where we want to. We kind of have to build around those limitations. And I think with that, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship because, no one likes to be limited, but also it helps you think outside the box and be creative. So nothing's more rewarding for me whenever I'm trying to build something and the system just won't let me, but I figure out a way to do it. And it looks awesome. So, that's one reason why I do this. So with mods, you don't want to have them take away from that creativity. You want them to expand upon it. And I'll give you an example. So with this house over here, I just threw this up, so don't really look at it as far as, don't critique it, guys. And I didn't do anything on the inside, but it looks so nice, and it's so clean and crisp, and it just does not fit with this house, for example, or even any part of its surroundings. And all of the settlements that we have are pretty much run down. So with this tab, I probably would not use hardly anything from it. It's I'm using the Snap and Build, by the way. The Snap and Build mod, which is this. I think it's the most popular one as far as settlement items for the Xbox. But it gives you a ton of things to use, such as these walls here. They're all the same on the outside, but on the inside, they have like marble and different textures and all that. But again, it looks too nice to use with everything else, so I probably would not use these. They do have, let's just go on the inside just to show you what it looks like. It's pretty badass, I would say. And I could see it if we had like a really clean settlement to build on. And even back here, you have a nice little balcony, which I thought looked pretty cool. So also you get a greenhouse, which I've tried to build, and I fooled with it for like 30 minutes and just gave up on it because it's a cool concept and it's something that I would use. But just watch this, watch. Look at that. It snaps, but it only snaps, it snaps right there. So this sticks out a little bit, and I don't know how to fix it. I've tried, and nothing will fill in this gap, and it pisses me off. So if you guys figure out how to do it, please just let me know, because I probably would use this a little more because it does fit in, and it's a great place to have all your food and everything. So I'm not going to build this whole thing for you guys. And last thing is all the way over here. Yeah, I scrapped most of my sanctuary because it was outdated. I have more ideas for it. It's going to look really cool, I promise. So here it is, these capsules over here. These are pretty awesome. I might use these for I don't know, trailer park or something. It's going to look pretty cool using these later on. But these fit in with it. You see, they're not perfectly clean. They do look like they've been through, a nuke. And they are pretty functional too, like the sliding door, all that works. And you can attach them, indefinitely. Let me pull it back up. Here. So you can attach these. I don't know if I can do it because I have a wall on there now, but see, so it comes just like this. It's pretty empty. Get this out of here. Get that one out. And this is basically how it comes, and then you can attach different pieces to it if you wanted to. They usually snap on. But those are pretty cool and a lot of fun. I might make another video using these a little bit more. And let me just get this out of the way. And then back here is the bunker. And this one's pretty straightforward. There's not a lot. Like, you have this wall and a few corner pieces and then the doorway. That's about it. Oh, and you do have a very large column that you can put on the inside. But anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview of the items with the snap and build. There are a ton more that I didn't go over, but these are just like the basic ones. So let's get to the build. Okay, so we're going to build some kind of, it's going to be a large building. It's going to have different shops and a living area, and it's going to be kind of like a community building. Couldn't find a word. That's it, a community building. So I'm going to have shops on the sides and then kind of like a living area for them right here. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to switch between, I'm still going to use some of the regular items that we have, but mostly the walls and then the roofs, those are going to be with the mods from the Snap and Build. So first thing you're going to see are the new walls that we have. These are the wooden walls, and we have windows, finally! And these still look pretty, I mean, they fit in with the lore that we're going for, of the game. So this is pretty cool too. These little doorways, you're going to see me work with these a good bit. Actually, you're going to see me struggle with them a good bit, because they are, I mean, these are mods, so they're not perfect. There are a few glitches, and I think I'll show you a few of them as we go. But, so you have like a doorway. Well, I'll come back to it. I missed it. I was talking too much. Oh, here it is. So you have the doorways that you can place in different columns on the sides. So you see how I moved that floor out because the doorway was facing on the inside and it just wasn't going to be flush. And I think I had to fix that one there. So I think I'll get back to it in just a second. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, so I take the floor out and then place it back in. That way the doorway is facing the right way. And now I'm changing, so you have a few different ones with like a middle piece there. So I think I just did like a see-through. But I'm placing in these little panels on the sides, and then I want to change them up so they're not the same thing over and over. It's the same kind of concept. You just don't want to do the repeat over and over again. So and then I can snap these walls in. I'm using the barn floor right there because it allows you to snap in walls on the inside, even though there's floor surrounding it. I didn't know if you guys know that or not. It's really cool. And then, yeah, place it in. So I'm going to switch between these type of walls and the wooden walls. So when I say those, whenever you go to the metal tab, you'll see it in just a second. They look identical to like the straight, flat wooden walls, but they actually made it into like the metal section of it. So I switched back and forth. Here we go. So that it looks like the other one, but they just put windows in it and put it in a different section. So, but I'm going to alternate between the two of them. That way it looks like this building has gone through some repairs, or it's just they didn't have all the right materials. Still kind of give it that scrappy wasteland kind of look. So placing these in. And I got the idea from this, as far as having so this little outside area is where the shops are going to be. I got it from Diamond City, because you know how Mo and Arturo and that chick who's always like, it's not junk, don't call it junk. Like where they stand, it kind of looks like that kind of area. So that's where I got the idea from. So the roofs are pretty intense. I mean, that as far as placing them, because they do not want to snap where you want them to go, but they do look pretty awesome. Like, this actually comes out pretty cool. So there's a few different ones, and I'll show you why I'm picking these in just a second here. So I'm just trying to give it some character on the side. I love this little window sticking out, and then you can have this little angled one, so that way the roof will come on the front end of it. So let's place this side up, and then there we go. And now I can finish these. So you have this kind of larger piece with the wooden wall on the side to kind of fill in the gaps. And some of those have windows, and then you also have those on the metal tab, but I'm just using these because that's just how it worked out for me. And so this, you actually have to use wooden walls to fill in that gap, but yeah, like up there. And you don't want to go too overboard with the windows because you totally can. I did that on my first try of this. It was way too many windows and it just didn't flow. It didn't look too realistic. So you see how I'm going back and forth. I got wood and then I got the metal pieces down there. And so there's a gap right there. If you go to pick this one, it fills in that gap. So it's all, I mean, there's not a ton of pieces, so they all kind of go seamlessly together. And again, I'm just mixing up the walls, making sure that there's nothing repeating and it still looks, you know, believable. And put that one. Yes. I think I'm changing up the windows. There we go. And the wooden walls here. I am pretty impressed with how this turned out because they did a really good job making these windows, making the wood still kind of go with the game. It doesn't look too off the wall. And even with the lighting, sometimes I think I see it here in a little bit. The lighting, it shows through the window perfectly, but it doesn't reflect off of the surfaces good. Like you can kind of see where they clip together. It's not seamless like it is with the regular Bethesda official pieces that we have. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So this part here, I want to make sure that I have one that has the wooden wall on the side coming in because I'm going to section off the inside. So I'm going to have like little kind of condos and living areas on the inside. So I need the walls to cover up with the roofs. And the only walls that we have that will match this angle are the ones attached to these certain pieces. See how I did that there? So you kind of have to like strategically put those in. And see, look at this little pain in the ass. Come on. Come on. There it is. Finally. Let's put that one in. And some of these, like I said, do have windows, but it's going to be too much if I did that, so I just kind of stuck with the windows in the middle over there. Let's put these up. And this is just, I mean, you can use the other roofs if you want to because they do snap, but I'm just going to use all of the ones with the that came with the mod. So that looks cool so far. We're just kind of piecing this all together. And then I realized I'm going to need the roof that has kind of like a little wall part coming out right there because I'm going to put a wall on the upper floor. So I'm going to need that. And see how that gap was right there? I fixed it. Boom, right there. So this next part, I'm going to add in a concrete wall so with the roofs on there, I mean they act as roofs, so I can't put another one on top. So I'm going to have to add in the floor. So once I add in the concrete here, put the rounded piece because this floor snaps to it, and now it's flush, and then I'm adding in another floor. So now I'm going to go to I think I go back to the barn, actually. Yeah, use the barn piece. And so now that's snapping to the piece that I just kind of added up there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do this because nothing would snap to the inside. And then, yeah, I'm just going to put this, I'm going to use barn for the entire upper floor, just to kind of give it a little different texture for the ceiling. And, no, that didn't snap. Didn't snap, come on. And I think I'm going to switch, nope, I'm stubborn, I'm going to try to do it. Anyway, get rid of this wall, and then snap that one in. Don't be a dick, there you go. I hate how it clips into the floor right there, but I'm just going to overlook it for now. Don't let it bother me. And let's see if the wall will go back in. Yes, okay. So there we go. We got stairs, and now we have the upper floor. which looks really cool with a barn, the barn floor. I like that a lot. So let's just add this back in. And we're going to find the piece that has the right angle, so we do. So you see how it's covering up the wall there. So now we can add in a flat wall just to cover up that whole area. Now there wasn't a way for me to finish up the wall on the upstairs, so I'm going to have a hole, and I'll fix that in just a second. I'm just adding in the doorway here for the little... Actually, you know, I don't think I keep it that way. I want it in the middle. Yes, put it in the middle. And the way you do that is just you add in, the same way I did it on the front part of this, you just get one of the half walls and then put those on the side, and then you can snap in the door piece. I really like the idea of this door piece just because this, you know, it's a different doorway, and it actually works on the inside of rooms, so you can actually make rooms and all kinds of cool stuff. The problem, you see how I snapped those little panels, but I couldn't get rid of them individually, so I had to scrap the whole thing and then redo it, because I wanted both of those windows to be there. It'd be too easy to just be able to scrap the panels, but no, you gotta scrap the whole thing. Alright, it's not too bad. And this comes to build order. See how these walls are not snapping in? It's because of the floor, so I gotta get rid of the floor. There we go, and then now it snaps in. But I think I want to change it. Yeah, I'm changing it up so it's not the same all over. There you go. So let's go around and then put the floor back in. Or not. No, that's fine. Alright. Putting these walls in. Just watching myself, as I realize there's a lot of back and forth. I never just finish one section of it. I'm always like, okay, well that wall's in. Let me go to the other side. See that gap? I fix it later. I'll show you. And oh, here's another one of the mods that I'm using. Clear up the weather. Look at that. It was like 4 seconds. Absolutely love it. Okay, so now I'll put the floor in. Oh, I know why I didn't put the floor in. It's because I know why. I had to remove this wall, that way I get the floor pieces in over here. Because I didn't want to do the concrete wall all over again, so I'm just trying to, you know, have it attached one floor piece to all the other ones. That makes sense now. Here we go, and then let's do the floor on the outside out there. Stair's not going to work. Let's do a different stair anyways. Change it up. There we go. So it's pretty cool. So the shop's going to be on the outside. This part's going to be kind of like a bar, kind of like a community area. Might put a pool table or something. It's going to look pretty cool. And then here, yeah, this is where they're just going to live. The shop owner. Hi, Larry. Just strutting around, are you? Okay, let's turn that around. So right there, you see how I have on the left side over here, that little angled wall. I do not have one to go on the right side, which really pissed me off, just because of the way I have the roofs. They don't give you like an option for this, you know, just to have a normal wall piece to cover up that. So what I did was, I just kept it open, and then I'm just going to make when I decorate it, I'm going to have just kind of like an area for kind of like the upper floor for them just to kind of hang out. Because I'm not gonna fool with it anymore. I spent hours trying to figure out how I'm gonna block that off, and I just couldn't do it. So there we go. That's looking pretty awesome. Changing it up a little bit as far as having the windows on one side and then the other one. Just again trying to make it look as scrappy as possible, but still pretty cool. So I put that door frame in there. That way I could put the wall off to the side. See what I did? I'm gonna do it on this side. So I'm putting the door frame up, and now I'm adding in this wall piece, and then it kind of, so it's not so open, it kind of closes off that section, and it makes it look more believable. So then I'm going to add in a post, and it happens to fit perfectly right there, maybe right there, nope, but I still put it, and then that way it looks more like it's supposed to be open like that. It's not just like the end of the wall. And I realized that it can snap right here, so I'm going to do the same thing again. Put the door frame in, add a panel, remove the door frame, and then there you go. And that looks so much better than just having like an open wall. And then add in Another panel. Yeah, let's do a window this time. Again, keeping it not too uniform. And there we go. That looks great. Yes, added some stairs, a little walkway, and that's where so the shop's going to be on the outside. A lot like Diamond City, if I haven't said that already. And then add in some more stairs. Yeah. Not that one, Cord. Come on. That one. There you go. So looking pretty cool. And let's check out the back. Oh, you see how that's the inside. It needs to flip around. Then I realized, well, it's not going to snap now because the floor is down. So I got to remove the floor, turn it around, and there we go. Now that's facing on the inside. You see what I mean about having an open area right here? I just couldn't close that off. So I might add some decorations or something, but that's the only way that I could do it with the way that this, this build is. I tried adding some stairs here, but that wall's blocking me from there. And I think I just switch. Yeah, switch to the concrete rails, which match the stairs anyway. So there it is, and that one, I love it. It snaps, and then just scrap these and use that. And then there we go. For that side's done, and then I can add in just the wooden railings on this side. Boom, 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 and stop being picky. There you go. And these are pretty much, see, I can add in something like that, but I might just leave it open and then just kind of put some like chairs out there or something. It's gonna look cool. Here we go, sunlight. And so you see how that is. It stops me, right? I'm like, it's kind of reflecting. I don't like the way that looks. It stands out too much. Again, you don't want something to pull the eye, so what I'm doing is adding in, just kind of blending this back in. And then I have to do the same thing that I just did before. Add the floor back in. It's a lot of back and forth, but it's just kind of like, I like doing a few, I run around just to make sure everything's looking good. And so that looks fine. One piece is missing. I don't like the back. It's too flat. There's not a lot going on back here. It's kind of like a drop off. So what I do is change and I add in like a little foundation here. And this just adds a ton of character to it. It's like the little finishing touches that I'm doing. So with this one, I'm just doing the build for the structure, and on my next video, it's going to be solely decorations. You guys have been asking for it, and I'm going to deliver. Finally, it's going to be only me decorating this, and it's going to be great for this type of build because you get to see the shops, you get to see the living area, and then even like kind of like a restaurant hangout area. So you're going to get to see me decorate all those three things, so it's going to be pretty cool. And here, yeah, add in the railings. I think I'd get rid of that, actually. I don't like them right there. I don't like them. Nope, 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 nope. Get rid of it. There we go. Add in the railings. But overall, I'm pretty excited about this mod because this does. I mean, they use the same kind of roofs that we already have now, so that's pretty great. And it doesn't look too out of place. I really like the way it comes out. It looks believable, and I might use this for more of my builds. I'm just not 100% sure yet. It just depends. I might do on certain places, I might do a build without mods and then a build with mods. That way we have a little bit more content because not everybody wants to use them. It's kind of, it's personal preference. So there we go. And then add in the railings. And there we go. Last two, and I think that might do it. Oh, let's add in, let's put the walls back in. Come on. Oh, you see how I fixed the, because there was a gap between that wall, or the roof at the top. I fixed it, and I realized I didn't record it, and I didn't want to go back through it all over again. It was pretty easy. All I did was just pick it up, and then you can just slightly move it over, and then it just snapped to where it was supposed to be. I don't know what happened. Again, with the mods, they're not perfect. Everything's not gonna. There's some things that I can't use just because it's a mod. That they have glitches and all that good stuff. I mean, not to say it's completely glitchy, but it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. See, you see how I used that metal side to the left? I don't like it because it was too heavy with that metal looking structure to the side. So what I did was I'm just going to switch them. Okay, so add in the wood to the left, metal to the right. That way it's not so heavy on metal to the left. Looks good. Looks good. Very nice. Much better. Not too bad, not too bad. And let's see. Decorations, this is going to look great. I'm really excited to put lighting and all that. You know, I think I'm going to change this too. Yep, so we're going to add in, make it look like some repairs have been done. Add in this extra piece and then put my bridge underneath it just to make it look like it just needs that little extra support. There we go. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about the mods and about this build, so please let me know in the comments. You guys are great about giving me feedback, and I really appreciate it. So please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a good one. Take care.
We're in some real trouble here. I hope you can help.